So this here is LG's latest flagship, the LG V20, but is it worth it? Let's go ahead and find out. What is going on, guys? Joel here, back with another video, and today we'll be checking out the LG V20, LG's latest flagship that is set to release in the near future. So LG was awesome enough to send me out a pre-production model of the V20 to get my hands on and see what it's all about. So quick shout out to them for making this video possible. Now, I was very pumped to try out the V20 when it was first announced because, for one, it is going to be one of the first smartphones to come with Android's newest OS, Android 7.0 Nougat. Now, Nougat comes with many new features such as dual window display, which we have seen in other Android phones already, but this time it is a native feature to the actual operating system itself. We also get a new notification system that'll let you quickly do things like quick reply to messages and even quick access to the last app you were using by double tapping. Many new improvements coming to Nougat, but these are just a few. Besides the new software coming already pre-installed, the real star of the show is the V20 itself. This is going to be the successor to LG's V series, the V10, which I did check out and use for some time last year. Now, the V20 still holds what made the V10 a nice phone in my opinion: a large display with a pretty useful secondary display, a camera with manual controls, a fingerprint reader, a removable battery, and expandable memory. So all these features are still on the V20 with the addition of an improved build. The V20 is going to be built with high quality aluminum, making it feel not only lightweight, but at the same time real premium. It is still as durable and measures up to the military standards that the V10 had. Now, while the back is made from aluminum, the top and bottom of the V20 is made from polycarbonate, which is great for impact if you were to drop it. Now, one thing LG was still able to manage doing is something many other smartphones out there aren't able to do nowadays, and that is the ability to have a removable back. The back can easily be removed by pressing a button that you'll find on the side of the device, popping open the back, giving you access to replace and swap out a dead battery, or if your memory gets full, you can easily expand it with a micro SD card. Now, going back to the build of the device, with the aluminum back, it does feel nice to hold in the hand, and with the curved sides, it actually feels a little thinner than the V10. Taking a tour around the device, on the back lies the power and sleep button with an integrated fingerprint reader. We also have our dual cameras, with one being a 16 megapixel and the secondary camera being an 8 megapixel. Now, next to the dual cameras, we also will find a dual LED flash, and on the side we have our volume buttons, and up top we have one of multiple microphones and an IR blaster. Below the device we have our speaker, our USB Type-C port, an additional microphone, and yes, a headphone jack. Now, speaking of the headphone jack, the V20 features a quad DAC, so giving you a very clean playback experience when you are listening to audio on your device. So for those audiophiles out there, I think you'll be very pleased with this feature. Personally, I'm not an audio expert, but I will say sound that came out of the B&O headphones, which will be coming with the V20, were pretty crisp and clean. So audio listening from this device was quite pleasant. Now, as far as the display goes, the V20 rocks not only one, but two displays. It has a 5.7-inch IPS LCD display with Quad HD 1440 by 2560 resolution at 513 ppi. Now, alongside that, up top, it has an additional 2.1-inch secondary display with pixels coming in at 160 by 1040. So the secondary screen is back and it's improved from the V10. It's nearly twice as bright and has larger font that can fit more text for your signature, for example. This secondary screen always stays on even if you have your main screen off, but you can turn this feature on and off if you like in the settings, depending on your preferences. Now, being a user of the V10 last year and now using the V20, I tend to start using this secondary screen more and more for shortcuts because you can store your favorite apps on it and have quick access to those. Now you can also swipe left or right and it goes from your favorite apps to your signature and to your setting toggle, so you can quickly turn on and off Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, turn on your flashlight, and etc. And you even get more controls whenever you are listening to music, so you can go ahead and play and pause the track or skip a track or go back a track if you want to. Now, it has become quite useful because initially with the V10 I thought this was a little gimmicky, but now it has served some use. Now let's talk a little bit about the camera. So the V10 was the first smartphone to use two cameras to change the field of view from wide to normal, and this was on the front. The V20 now offers the same exact thing, but manages to have a single camera opposed to two. Now here's a few examples of the front-facing camera going from the normal field of view to the wide angle option.
So here's a quick little test. This is actually the front-facing camera. So this shot straight from the LG V20. I was about to say V10, but unedited, nothing. Just want to test out the camera outside and see what it looks like. Now this does have a regular camera, and you also have a wide-angle camera. So if we tap on there, so you get that more of a wide-angle lens, or I'm over here tripping, but yeah, so if you wanted to use it for vlogging, for example, taking selfies or video, this is what it looks like, guys. So what do you think? Good? Not good? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, this is the front-facing camera video.
Now as far as the rear camera goes, on the V20 you do have a pair of cameras. The primary is going to be a 16 megapixel camera with a 75-degree field of view through its bright f1.8 lens, and an 8 megapixel wide angle camera that has a 135-degree field of view with an f-stop of 2.4. So here are some examples of what to expect from using the V20's rear-facing camera. Now when it comes to the video, the V20 can record up to 4K at 30 frames per second, but one of my favorite things that is on the LG V series is the fact that you can fully take control of the camera while taking photos and videos. This meaning you can manually control when it comes to changing the white balance, the ISO, manual focus, and things like that. So you can do this again on the V20. Now it does offer optical image stabilization, so you will get pretty smooth video, but another feature is being able to manually change the direction of the audio it is recording. So it uses multiple microphones to help record better audio in loud environments by being able to change the direction of where the audio is coming from. So here's a few little clips of what to expect from the rear-facing camera when it comes to video. I did take some video at shows, some loud environments, so take a quick look. Now below these dual cameras is the fingerprint reader. It's round and it works at any angle, so you can unlock the phone both in portrait or landscape mode. It is clickable as it's also the power button, but it's an always on scanner, so you can simply tap on it to wake it up, or you can just simply lay your finger on it and then it'll unlock. The fingerprint reader is nearly flush on the back, which makes finding it by feel a bit difficult, but once you get used to it, it is very quick and accurate to unlock your phone. Now the volume buttons are going to be on the left hand side of the device. The bottom of the LG V20 houses a USB Type-C port, and also here lies the single loudspeaker and microphone. The speaker here isn't the best, but I guess it is manageable if you want to listen to music through it. Now going back to the fact that the LG V20 is able to have a removable back, this of course opens up things like expandable memory. So if you ever run out of space on your phone, you can always expand it with a micro SD card. But also the fact that you can simply swap out a battery if it ever dies. But speaking about battery, from my personal use, I didn't experience terrible battery life. I could see about an average of 4 to 5 hours of screen on time. But the 3200 milliamp battery in the V20 seemed to be sufficient. It also supports Quick Charge 3.0, so if you ever need a quick charge, it does support that, but unfortunately there is no wireless charging support. Now as far as internally, the V20 is rocking a 2.15 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 820 chip with Adreno 530 GPU and 4 GB of RAM. Now for this being a pre-production model, I will have to say it was quite a bit of a smooth experience. Everything seemed to work pretty quickly and run tasks and everything without any type of hiccups or anything that I experienced. But as I did mention earlier, it is going to be the first phone to launch with Android 7.0 Nougat, which is not going to be as skin as previous LG devices, which is always a win. Now Nougat does pack many nice features, with native split screen multitasking being one of them. Simply press and holding the multitask button while in an app, you can activate this feature, or you can simply pop up the multitask menu and press the little button where you can select the multitask button on a certain application. Now another sweet feature is double tapping the multitask button to go back to a previous application. This is something I did often throughout my experience with the V20 and Nougat. It's very useful. And something to note is the LG removing the app drawer with the V20. You now get an iOS-like experience when browsing through your apps, as they will just sit on your pages. But if you are not a fan of that, you can actually revert back to the home and app drawer launcher in the settings. Now another feature in Nougat is going to be the fact that you can quick reply in your notification center. So simply swiping down your notifications, you can now quick reply to messages and things of that sort in different applications. You can also prioritize your notifications to focus on what is most important. So those specific application notifications will sit up top above all others. Now you will also notice the notification area also now adds quick toggles on the top row. So you can edit using the edit button, so you can rearrange the toggles and hide the ones that you don't need. So Nougat does add some useful features to Android, and I'm excited for it to come out on all smartphones, but you can get your full hands on with the V20. Now overall, I think the V20's build quality is LG's best for sure. I love the build quality. LG succeeded in offering a shock-proof phone without losing the battery access, so removing the battery is something I love on smartphones, and also being able to expand the memory. Now when comparing the screen to the previous V10, definitely is very bright, and the secondary screen is smaller, but it does still add that functionality of being able to quickly open up different applications. So secondary screen is becoming quite useful after using the V10 for some time and now using the V20. But that is going to wrap it up for my thoughts and first impressions of the LG V20. Now do keep in mind this is going to be a pre-production model, and I should be getting my hands on the final version when that is available to the public. Now in the comments below, let me know what you think of LG's new V20. Is this something that you're now considering? I'd definitely like to know your thoughts, so go ahead and leave those comments. But as always, if you did enjoy this video, Let me know by hitting that like button below, as it not only lets me know that you liked it, but it does support the channel. And if you're not yet following me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, all of my links are in the description below. That way you can go ahead and follow me there and be up to date with what is going on. And lastly, if you feel like being awesome, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified every time I release a new video. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate your support very much. But other than that, I'll catch you all on the next one. All right? Peace.